Hello, and um, I will explain in a moment. Um, and of course, my internet sucks. My hair's wet because I just got out of the bath, getting ready for bed. Um, some of you know that my service dog had knee surgery, and he's not supposed to jump or run, um, go upstairs, so I have to carry his ass. Oh my God, up and down. Um, 17 steps up and um they are we all he's right there and there's his brother. We are sleeping on the floor because he thinks he can jump off the bed and he sleeps on the bed. He tried to jump up on the bed, which is quite high, so we sleep on the floor for a while. um so that's why the scenario looks different. um Anything else new? I just now got I just now got my next relationship, bipolar in relationships, um posted just now. It just went up. Um it's the one about um things you need to consider if you're looking to start dating or getting into a relationship, things you should consider before that. Um, and so this here is just a quickie. I kind of miss talking to one person right now, but sometimes I've had six. I think that my internet is so whacked that people just flip in and out or just give up. But if you're from the US, uh, you know that sometimes in far see I have um in case you don't know, I have we have um I'm on I get disability benefits. I have one insurance for which is my I get Medicare, not Medicaid, because I made too much money as a nurse, and and I didn't qualify for Medicaid. I get Medicare. Um but you have to pick yourself a separate pharmaceutical, your drug coverage, your med coverage. And for someone, when I first had to do this, I cried. I cried so hard. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't make sense of the words. I was in, I was, I was not in a place where I was lucid enough to do. I would see forms that people would give me, like hospitals, and I would just see them, and it was almost like I was temporary dyslexic or something. I couldn't make sense. I couldn't put the words together to create ideas and thoughts that made sense. It just was just word salad to me. I I just wasn't in a state to make sense of forms like this. Let me cover my knee. You see this? It's too bright. Just like something like that. And then I would get to something where it would say something that would scare me, the daylights out of me, and put me into a frenzy of tears. And that's when I have to call my mom to say, what does this say? I think is it saying this, that, what? That's why um, for people who are applying for disability, um, my experience was I fought it for a year. People kept saying you need to get on disability, and I was in denial. Um, I I couldn't function, and yet I was determined that I was going to back into nursing and everything was going to be fine. And so I was in denial for a year. And I finally go in, and because it said what I did, because I knew I can make sense of forms at all. And so I packed all my medical bills, and I mean, I just packed it all in this giant, giant box, document box, excuse me. And I take this to the Social Security department, and I have an appointment with the social worker. And I just sobbed the whole time and just I just kept saying how embarrassed I was, how ashamed I was. Um, I shouldn't be here. And I had everything I needed. I just couldn't put it together. The system, I started out with this supposed to, I'll get to the topic. I always do that. I start out and get to it. I believe that the disability um, adventure that they put you through is cruel and purposefully difficult. I mean, you need to be on disability because you have a brain disorder. And yet they sent me this like pack of papers this thick. And I didn't even try. I just started looking at the size of in forms. I'm like, I can't fill this out, and then that's where, yeah, it wasn't online. That's where it said if you need help filling these forms out. I'm like, it was so overwhelming. So I don't understand. It's just a way for them to avoid this system. But my my brother, I mean, if you just looked at him, if you just saw him, you could see that he was dying, and they denied him more than once. And I was so angry, and I couldn't do anything. And he got a lawyer, and I don't think a lawyer is going to help you much. Any story that I've heard about somebody getting a lawyer to try to get their disability benefits has not been successful, and they just have to keep doing it over and over. And so, what I think what I did was a better way of doing it. Make an appointment with a social worker to just tell them I have a brain disorder. I can't fill out the forms. I need help. I need to come in. I'll bring as many papers as I can. But because of my disorder, I have difficulty doing these thought process type things. And then take all your papers that you have, go there so they can see you. So they're looking at you as a human being. And if you feel the need to cry, do it. Tell them what it feels like for you to be doing this, and it humanizes you. this social worker told me that on their thing that they're typing all this information in, there is a space that is there for them to write in whatever they want regarding whether they feel you truly are in need, or if you're someone who just came in off the trying to work the system. She told me that. So and then she turned to me and said, "Don't worry, you're getting it." And I did one try. That's why I recommend people to do it that way. Make them see you as a person struggling, have as much medical, like letters from your doctors, all your hospitalization that work with your disorder, and you just can't now. You can barely take care of, make yourself human, and so they can't, it's undeniable. But because I know when they sent me that stack of paper, they were hoping I would just chuck it in the trash because it was too much and wouldn't bother. So I say, you as a person, go to the source. Um, yeah, I think that's better, in my opinion. So, then, do get it. Then you have the chore of you having to find, um, the there's like a selection of pharmaceutical companies pharmaceutical companies, insurance, that you have to pick from. They cannot tell you, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security can't tell you which one to pick. They can, like, I think they have a list of ones that have Medicare or Medicaid, but you have to find out how much. And what you do is you get a list of your medications and find out how much your medications would cost with each company, and pick the one that you would get the least amount. And um, so, and you have to do this every year because it changes. I was fortunate enough, I really was fortunate along the way. And it almost makes me feel bad, but I found out by walking down the street. I passed the senior center, and I was used to it's time to pick your uh insurance, your pharmaceutical insurance. And I would just keep renewing with the same company with, and not even look for who I would save money with, because it was too stressful and overwhelming. And I saw that they not only did assisted seniors, but they assisted people who were disabled as well. And so every year where I lived, I would go in, and what they would do is they would look at a list of your medications and give you three options and show you, print out this one will cost you this much, this one will cost you this much, and you have to pick it and get online and pick it. But because they can't tell you, I guess that's like um naughty or whatever. They can't tell you, but they give you, like, instead of this giant list or something, they give you these three options and all the information is right there. Um and then I went in to have it done, and they said that they're not allowed to do it anymore for people who are just disabled, just seniors. So I probably could be saving money. Excuse me. Um, so I was gonna then talk about pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies are greedy assholes. Period. Um, it makes me so angry. The reason like, so like I said, I have this problem with forms. They kind of freak me out when I just see them and not even read them. Just see it set up like that. Because I always think it's bad news. I always think it's gonna tell me, um, just we can't cover these medications for you. I'm just waiting for those kinds. And this one says that our records show that we have previously approved authorization for the following drugs or drug. After further review, we are pleased to inform you that we are extending your prescription drug authorization for the dates below. So it's from December 2020 to 2021, December. And this is for Seroquel extended release. So basically, they don't normally cover it. I need to get like approval. Um, so I have experienced that before. Um, when you find out, you go to the pharmacy and you're getting your medication, and then the pharmacist drops like the big bomb on you and says, your insurance doesn't cover this. This just recently happened to me with the Xanax extended release. Excuse me. And I had to pay 100 and something for it. But quetiapine, which is Seroquel, extended release, and um, and I take uh, Linzess, which is really expensive. And if you read the little doohickey where you paid 100 for this drug, and then you see how much it actually costs. It's like 1,000 something, and that's just bullshit. That's just disgusting, greedy bullshit. And they're armed to the teeth. armed to the teeth. Um, Sorry, I'm reporting this. So, so they roll around trolling doctors' offices with these rolling suitcases full of samples. And they come in and I might have to reopen because this person's being disgusting. Um, so they roll in and I'm sitting in the chair in the waiting room, and they like know each other by name. The office worker, doctor's office workers in the pharmaceutical rep know each other, and they cruise on in, and they have the suitcase full of samples. Hey guys, I'm gonna try stopping this and starting again. I'll be right back.